Hello and welcome to Crafted Bricks. In this video, I'm going to show you all that you need to know to be able to convert your old 2012 UCS R2-D2 Lego set from this to this. What you are looking at is a conversion of your R2 to an R5-D4 Astromech Droid, and this has been designed by Miro Dudas. Well, now that Lego have released the updated version of this UCS R2-D2 Astromech Droid, it does leave Lego Star Wars enthusiasts like us who own the newer 2021 version or are planning to buy this version and who already have the older 2012 version of this droid in a somewhat awkward position. What do we actually do with the older 2012 droid? Particularly when displaying the two models together is a little bit weird, particularly when the newer 2021 version, from a display point in terms of its details and how it looks cosmetically, is just vastly superior versus the older Lego set. To illustrate what I mean, I've taken some photos of these two models side by side so I can really show you the differences between the two models. As you can see, the new 2021 version of the R2 droid shown on the right in these photos has a beautifully rounded body like the reference in universe R2-D2 Astromech Droid, and the new model also has improved details, an improved leg design, and a much more rounded and accurate head. Overall, I feel like Lego have done a superb job with this new iteration of the R2, and it is a set I would highly recommend you buy and build if you are a Lego Star Wars fan and you do not yet have this set. But that said, I think it would be a real shame to simply disassemble this older 2012 set. As you saw from the lead-in to this video, there is actually a really exciting and relatively simple conversion you can do to be able to convert this older UCS R2-D2 Astromech Droid into an R5-D4 Astromech Droid that's going to allow us to add a brand new droid to our Lego Star Wars collection. Before we dive into how to do the conversion, I want to cover off a bit of background on the R5-D4 Astromech Droid. The first time we see this droid is in Star Wars A New Hope, when Luke and his uncle Owen Lars are looking to buy droids from the Jawas. The R5-D4 is the droid that malfunctions in this scene, and apparently, according to Wikipedia, R5's malfunction was deliberate, so that Luke and Owen would take R2-D2 instead of R5, so that R2 could continue his mission to deliver the Death Star plans and a message from Princess Leia to Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's a lot more to the R5-D4 story, including cameos of the droid in the recent Mandalorian series. I'll link to the Wikipedia page for this droid in the description of the video, so you can read up on the backstory to this droid if you want to. Okay, it's time to get into the detail of how to actually do this conversion. I'm going to break the rest of the video up into a number of different steps that are going to give you detailed information on how you can do this conversion for your own Lego set. In the first step, let's look at where to download the model file and how to view it. The designer for this conversion is Miro Dudas, and he's kindly published a Lego Digital Designer file for the droid on Eurobricks that you can download for free. I'll link to this page in the description of the video. You'll need to download the model file and view it in Lego Digital Designer. By the way, if you do not have Lego Digital Designer, you will also need that. And again, I'll put a link to the download page for that program in the description of the video. Alternatively, you can also use Studio to view this file as well. And finally, you will also want to download a model file of the original 2012 UCS R2-D2. And again, I'll put a link in the description of the video for where you can find that. Comparing both models side by side in Lego Digital Designer, we can see that both the R2 and R5 droids share exactly the same body and leg design. However, the R5-D4 has a different head, and there are sections on the front side of the body of the R5 that are in red. At the rear, we also have some panels that are in red versus plain white for the R2. So this is actually going to be a reasonably straightforward and easy conversion to do. Next, we'll need to determine what additional Lego parts you will need to do the conversion. Using Miro's model file for the R5-D4, I've pulled out the parts that are unique to the R5-D4 versus the R2 model that you will need to buy from BrickLink. For your convenience, I've uploaded this file to Google Drive, and you can download it to create a parts wanted list in BrickLink, and I'll put a link to that file in the description of the video. Please note, I created this file after already converting my own model, and have made a few minor adjustments to the head design and the red side body panels to subtly improve the build and the finished result. So it will be slightly different to Miro's original model file, and I'll talk about the changes that I've made in the build section of the video. But I want you to know that the file I've provided here includes all of my changes and also includes the parts for the custom extendable tools that I've used in my build. If for some reason you can't download my file, you can quite easily make your own parts file in Lego Digital Designer or Studio. All you need to do, using Miro's original model file, is to remove the head and then the sections in red from Miro's model. Save that as your own file, and you'll have what you need to create a parts wanted list in BrickLink to order the parts you need to do the conversion. I'm going to cover this very briefly, as I assume you're already familiar with how to create a wanted list on BrickLink and how to buy Lego parts on that site. If, however, you do not know how to do this, you can watch a very comprehensive tutorial video on my channel on how to buy Lego parts on BrickLink. It is available in the How To and Guides playlist on my channel. Okay, let's go and create this wanted list. Log into BrickLink, select Want and Upload. Make sure the Upload a File from your computer tab is selected. Select Create New Wanted List, enter a name for your new wanted list, select Browse for File, then navigate to the parts file that I've provided and select to open it. Select Proceed to Verify Items. And once that is done, scroll to the bottom and select Add to Wanted List. Then select to view your wanted list, select 100 items per page, click the Select All checkbox, select Condition and then set the condition of the parts to New, then Apply. And then do this for the second page of parts as well. And there you go. You have a parts list to order from that contains all of the additional parts you will need to do this conversion. Please note, I did omit part number 53586, which is the long Technic connector in pearl dark grey from my parts model file, as this part is expensive in new condition and is only stocked by a limited number of BrickLink sellers. You will need one of these parts for the head antenna of the new R5-D4 model. The original R2-D2 UCS luckily includes 2 of these parts for the extendable tools, so if you build my alternate tools, you'll be able to use the parts from the original droid and you don't have to buy one of these parts to do the conversion. When your BrickLink orders have arrived and you have all of the Lego parts you need to do the conversion, we're going to need to semi-dismantle our old R2-D2 model. I started by removing the head, which is very easy to do. Then, starting from the top of each leg, I slowly removed parts from the legs until I could fully remove them from the body of the model. Removing some sections of the legs is somewhat challenging, particularly when they're keyed into Technic-type parts, but with a little patience and wiggling is definitely all possible. Next, working from the top of the body section of the model, I removed upper layers and sections until I could access the areas of the model that need to be removed to swap in the red parts for the new R5 droid. As there are no step-by-step instructions available for this modification, you will need to follow an approach of pre-building each of the red-coloured sections of the body in small units, referring to the 3D model in Lego Digital Designer or Studio as you go. I started by building the red-coloured sections for the rear of the body of the model and fitting those first. Then I built up the red panel sections on either side of the front of the body of the model. At this stage, I also removed the old extendable tools as they use that rare part that I want to use later on for the head of the droid. And I replaced those tools with some that I designed using alternate parts, and I've included the design and the parts for those tools in my parts file as I mentioned earlier. Next, you'll need to rebuild and fit back in the existing body sections of the model that you removed earlier. And to finish off the body of the droid, I built the 2 curved pieces for the front of the model and fitted those off. At this stage, I also recommend that you remove the 1x4 dark grey tiles at the top of the body and replace those with the same parts in white, as the new R5-D4 head will not fully cover those tiles up and they look a little bit odd if exposed. Finally, reassemble and refit the legs of the droid to finish off the body section of this conversion. Next, we're going to build the head of the droid, which I found to be a lot of fun. As there are no building instructions, the best way to build off a 3D design file from Lego Digital Designer or Studio is to slice the model up into layers starting from the bottom of the model. That way you can quite easily build the head up layer by layer, examining each layer of the 3D model in LDD or Studio as you build to see what parts go where. It was when I was doing this that I made a few adjustments to Miro's original model design for the head, and I've included these changes in the parts file that I've made available. For example, I found that fully building out the transparent coloured sections at the base of the head in each corner looked better versus Miro's original model file. And I also think that having the internals of the model in medium stone grey versus dark stone grey would look better if I built this again. And at the top of the head, there is a step where I would recommend you use some of the long 5x2 bricks and 2x2 L-shaped bricks in white that you removed from the original R2 model to close up the seams between some of the slope bricks at the top of the head. Once you have fully built the head, it is just a matter of slotting it onto the Technic assembly protruding from the body of the model. Note you'll notice that the new R5-D4 head sits slightly raised from the top of the body of the model. This is normal and as per the design. Wow. This thing is awesome and it is so delightful and charming. I think if you do this conversion, you're going to be extremely happy with it. Every time I look at it, I just can't stop smiling to myself and grinning from ear to ear. I'd actually say for LEGO mod and mock enthusiasts like us, this is almost the perfect mod. It's certainly the best modification or upgrade I've done to a LEGO set all year. I think what makes it so is that it really breathes new life into and improves an older LEGO set. The build itself is quite enjoyable as well. I really enjoyed building the head of the droid in particular. And there aren't too many parts involved, so it's not too much of an expensive modification or upgrade to do. And all of those parts are readily available on BrickLink. And finally, it just leaves us with such a cool, unique piece that we can really put on display and add to our LEGO Star Wars collection. I'm going to stop talking now and do some close-up views of the model so you can check out all the details of this beautiful R5-D4 droid. And I'll be right back after that.
And the red one. Come on. Well, come on, Red. Let's go. Uncle Owen.
Yeah?
The R2 unit has a bad motivator. Look.
Hey, what are you trying to push on us?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Just you reconsider playing that message for him. No, I don't think he likes you at all. No, I don't like you either.
Well, as you can no doubt tell, I'm extremely happy with this conversion and modification. And in my opinion, if you own the newer 2021 UCS R2-D2 or are planning to buy this set and you also own the older 2012 UCS R2-D2, then doing this conversion is a no-brainer. I highly recommend it. And I hope my video has inspired you to do the conversion to your own set and has given you all the information that you need. If you do have any questions or want to make some comments on this video and conversion, just please leave me a comment in the comment section of the video. I certainly will read your comment. And if you have a question, I will try to help you out and answer your question. Now, if you're new to my channel, if you're not yet subscribed and you love this video and you want to see other videos on mocks or building custom LEGO models and modifications, that's what my channel is all about. So please consider subscribing. I'd really love to have you on board. That's all for me for now. Happy modding to everyone, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Yeah,
Jangan lupa, untuk dia buat masak. Baba yang dia, untuk clean. Ya bon ya.